Yeah, college is a scam. Screw it.
Yeah. Back then, it was about hard work, you know,
I still believe it.
and make your money.
If you have a scholarship, I mean, hell, you might as well use it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not your money.
Feel patriotic about it, or it's just something that, okay, I need something in my life to push me.
Panda 1-6, Panda 1-6, this is Badger 2-2, come in, over.
Badger 2-2, this is Panda 1-6, send traffic, over.
Roger, E4 Mafia is a go. I say again, E4 Mafia is a go.
Roger that, execute.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the E4 Mafia Podcast. Today's episode is going to be about college and the military. Which one might be better for you, our opinions, and you guys can let us know your opinions in the comments. We appreciate you guys watching and your support. Let's get into the episode. My name's Alan.
My name's Mike.
Let's get into it.
What up? What's up, bro? How you been?
Yeah, man. Same old thing, you know, slaving away.
Okay. Starting like that, huh?
That's how it goes.
Slaving away. All right.
Yeah, so college and the military, which one's probably more beneficial, and which ones might be better for some people than the other ones?
Yeah. I mean, I could start if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I mean, in this day and age and time, I guess you could say, and where we're at as a society, as a civilian, my opinion, I think college is a waste of time and money.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yes, to an extent, yeah. You know, now if the job requires it, that's perfectly fine. You know, it's your life. You know what I mean? So again, this is just my opinion. Biggest thing we need right now is trades. You know, so if you can go through a small community college and you know get experience through a trade school, you can do that. Again, a lot of those, as a civilian, you know, a lot of those pay pretty well. You can make between $80,000 to $100,000 a year just by doing a trade. You know, and so for those who don't know what trades are, you know, anything with electrical, so electrician, plumbing, HVAC, stuff like that. You know,
Your blue collar workers.
yeah, exactly. And we need a lot of those because these past, I would say the past probably 15 years, everything has been dedicated and pushed towards the technological side, right? You know, computer science, anything to do with computers and stuff like that, you know. And so right now they're looking for trade, you know, and it's hard to find people that has that type of experience.
Yeah, but you need to go to college for technical stuff. You don't need to, but it's better it's where you'll probably learn more.
Yes. Yeah, you do.
So that's why.
But that's what I'm saying. College. That's why a lot of people are going, these past 15 years, everything was pushed towards that. So everybody's going to college. And we're losing the trade side of everything. So
okay, gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So now there's not that many people who have that trade background, and that's a necessity right now. And so, in my opinion, as a civilian, if you're not going to the military per se, you know, and you want to make decent money in life without struggling, trade would be your community college, your 2-year trade school would probably be the best thing. Or you can just, if you don't want to go to college, because when I graduated, I didn't really want to go to a college. I didn't want to go back into school. I wasn't really fond of, you know, schooling at the moment, you know. So, you know, you can go in and just start from the bottom, you know, and get hired on from somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's important to know yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not a school person.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't care about it. So the reason why I think college is basically one big scam or just generally useless, you look at all the bigger companies and all these major companies, a lot of the guys didn't go to college when they first started it. Maybe they went to college afterwards or whatever the case was. And some jobs require you to have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The problem is the bachelor degree that they require doesn't even have to be in the field that you're trying to get a job for. They just want a bachelor's degree. So then what was the point of going to college? You know, it was just to show that you can show up to class on time, do your work, and pass, basically.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff nowadays, I mean, all the textbooks you can go buy. You don't have to be a college student. You can go buy them on whatever website and learn yourself. So if you have the discipline to learn it, you don't need a professor to go tell you. And a lot of times, not even a professor. A lot of times, like when your first years or so, it's your TA, teacher's assistant, teaching the class and grading the papers. So what are we paying the professor for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do think there are jobs that do require, and you should go to college for, like doctors, etc.
Yes. Of
Lawyers.
course.
There's exceptions to it. Lawyers, you know, even some of the smaller community colleges for trade schools, you're going to need to go through that. But, you know, I value experience more than I do your education of what college you went to and what you got your degree in.
Yes.
So same thing when they come, going back to the Marine Corps, your officers went through college.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it before where the officers come in thinking they know everything because they read it in a book.
Yeah.
And, you know, they did some practical application, but you got that salty staff sergeant that's like, been there, done that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, sometimes doctrine is not about most of the time, doctrine is not the best way to do things.
Yeah.
As we keep evolving. But you're just paying for so much money, and then I see these people they'll get a degree, and let's say the degree costs them $60,000. Then they go out into the field and make a job that pays them $45,000 to $50,000.
Yeah.
On top of your house, you'll never. I mean, that student loans are going to start with the interest and all that. If you wasn't, you know, either if you don't have the grants, if you don't have the scholarships and whatnot, you're paying that out of pocket. You're paying for that tuition on a $50,000 salary, even if it is $60,000.
Yeah.
You still got house payments, taxes, car bill, phone bill. Generally, eventually, maybe $100 goes towards it. Maybe $200, $300 a month.
Yeah.
$60,000 over that. That's a long time. I mean, that's not even. That'll take you almost 20-something years to pay off at that rate.
Yeah.
And that's just doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and again, you know, I think it all depends on what you're going for. Like if you're, like for example, there's these, you know, the factories and stuff, including the one that I work at. Some of them are looking for like a leadership position. So if you want, for example, they have one that's a plant manager position. It starts out at $100,000 a year, but it requires a bachelor's degree and experience. So just because you have a bachelor's degree, it doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to get that position because you don't have the experience side. You know, so, you know, again, for those who have experience and actually have a degree in within whatever, like in that case, it'd be some type of business degree, most likely will help you get that position. Or you can start from the bottom, but it might take you longer, but you'll have the most experience. You know, so
Yeah.
Again, to me, out on the civilian side, I think it's a waste of time and money for me, in my opinion. You know,
sometimes people go through it for a sense of accomplishment, or they want to make it to where, you know, if I go through college, then people know that I have discipline and all this. I can go to my classes on time, whatever. And if you're looking for that, I can guarantee you the military, there's no debt. You get paid to be in the military, and you're going to learn all those values and those core values, especially if you go towards like Marine Corps ways, the leadership traits and all that. You're going to learn that and instill that, and it's going to help round you whenever you go through life. It's not going to just, you know, it's not just something you accomplished. It's going to carry throughout your whole life. No one cares if you got a bachelor's degree in political science.
Yeah.
I could really care less if you have a great.
Yeah.
Whether you know it or not, we have no control over this political stuff.
Yeah.
There's higher powers that be that, you know, are pulling the strings for the puppets, but so like stuff like that doesn't matter. Or if you go into law enforcement, some people think, oh, I'm gonna get a criminal justice degree. you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You really don't. You'll just you can go apply and you'll learn probably more than you would at college just by going through it. A lot of people on earth are learners by doing. They're the majority. So if you do something over and over with experience, you'll learn it better and whatnot. Now there are some people that read it, then they hear about it, they watch a video or whatever, or they hear someone talk about lecture style, or they read it on a book and they're able to apply it. And whatever. Then that's a very few that's a minority of the people that majority out of everyone in the world, or everyone in the United States or even the world, it's a very few amount of people.
Yeah. Now, as far as the military, I have a different opinion about it because depending on your career path and what job you're doing in the military, I don't think you need it. But if you're planning on doing something outside of that, then I think it does help as far as college. Now, again, from my background in the infantry, I mean, you need the officers because that's what the positions, are there for. I don't think you need to go to college to be in the infantry. But, I mean, again, those officers, they have to go through the college course in the route anyways. So, but I know plenty of people who've went to college, went through the officer side, and got out and became successful because of that degree. You know what I mean? But I also know people who never went to college, went through the military, and became successful without a college degree. So I think it helps in some ways, but you don't necessarily need it.
I'm more in line of, it's not about your degree, it's about who you are.
Yes.
If you're good, if you're disciplined, you work well, good work ethic, with degree or not, you outshine most people. Yeah. And so just because you have they've always said, a doctor that passes with a D average is still a doctor that passed with an A average. They're the same. They got the same degree. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, you might have a degree in, I don't know, whatever degree it is. But if your work ethic and your discipline shit, they'll notice that right away. Right. And you'll probably be gone. Right. But I do, like the technological, even tech stuff, you can learn all that. Like there's people that learn coding. Yeah. There was one guy on another podcast, he talked about how a lot of the Harvard classes are online. Yeah. And he just went and took them, or he'll just go into the campus and just sit in the class. Yeah. And one day, and then leave, and then he learned how to code, and he made a very successful career or business out of it. Yeah. I think for as far as like college, that's going to be like more of your non-risk takers. It's going to be a safe option. Mm-hmm. So yes, if you get a degree, you're supposed to do better in life, etc. And it might be, that could be true. Mm-hmm. It could be, but I think again it goes back to who you are as a person. But we're looking at something now where even today's world, you got a degree and they can't find jobs. Yeah. Or they get a degree in one thing and their job has nothing to do with what that degree is in. Yeah. To me, again, you just wasted 4 years. Yeah. Maybe even more, depending on how many times you switched majors and all that. It's just dumb. Yeah. And
we're on the same page. Like we had the same opinion and concept about it. But again, when you go out here into these factories and big warehouses and stuff like that, and that's what they look for. It doesn't matter, because they'll pick. They could, for example, like say you've been there for let's say 5 years or 6 years, and you understand everything in and out, and you started from the bottom. And I'll come in and have 2 years experience somewhere else, but with a degree, and we both apply for a general manager position, they're going to pick me over you, even though you know anything and everything about this company.
Because of your degree.
Because of the degree, right. Because that's what they look for. They're not gonna risk their job, because all they got to do is say, okay, well, he didn't work out, even though he has a degree. We can just let him go. We'll find somebody else. Or they're going to have to answer for why we got some low level here who has a good record, work ethic, blah blah blah, but has no degree. Now they got to answer it because of their higher ups or whatever it may be. So that's why I say it all depends, really. But again, I still think it's a waste of time and a waste of money.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Because we go through the same thing in our plant. Like, if we have plant manager positions or whatever it may be, they'll hire from outside, and they don't last maybe 6-7 months. Even though they have a degree, they have somewhat of experience, but this is a totally different experience.
Yeah.
So you, in my opinion, you should just hire within. Those who've been there 6-7 years, already in a leadership position, it might not be as high as a plant manager or whatever, but they understand your company. They've been there, day in, day out, and they have the work ethic. And they don't have a degree, but why not give them a chance? If they've already proved themselves, working their way up, what is it going to hurt? The only thing it's going to do is make it better, or you just demote them back to where they were good at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you love what you do, if whatever career you're trying to go through, if you love it and college requires it, then go for it.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to college just to go to college, I think you're just wasting money if you don't have a scholarship. If you have a scholarship, hell, you might as well use it.
Yeah.
It's not your money. You might as well go do it. If you earned the scholarship or whatever it is,
Right.
the grant or whatever the case is. So do what you got to do. But if you don't love what you're doing, I wouldn't work for, like, if I wouldn't work for somebody that's like that. I'd be trying to find something different. But I know that's hard now because any entry-level job is truly that pays pretty well is kind of hard to get into just because of how the society and everything is right now. But yeah, I just can't wrap my head around it. I've thought about using my GI Bill and all that, and I'm just like, I don't really need it. Like, why would I waste 4 years why would I work so hard to work a job and then go to college at the same time? Because I got to pay for everything now.
Yeah.
So why would I go through all that just to say, yeah, I did it? Like, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I could really care less. And the grand scheme of things, the saying is money doesn't buy happiness, right? I agree with it. I think you need to have a good foundation of family, friends, and happiness prior to getting the money.
Yeah.
Because once you come up, it could change. People could turn on you. Money makes people do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But as long as you have that bond, like, I know no matter what, if you became a millionaire, our relationship wouldn't change.
No.
You're gonna buy me a car, but
I'll buy you whatever.
Our relationship's not gonna change. Like, money's not gonna get in the way of that.
No, I'm gonna still shop at Walmart. Like, I'm that type of person. This, like, clothing, apparel, material shit, I do not care about that.
I think
I'm never gonna change.
I think I'd splurge on some suits.
Oh well, yeah.
Some nice suits,
something like that. Yeah, because if we have to do a business meeting within this company, you know what I mean? Yeah, I want to look professional, but I'm just saying I'm not gonna go out there and buy Gucci stuff and Gucci bags and what's the other ones? I don't know the other ones. That's the only one I know is Gucci.
Supreme, Gucci.
Okay, yeah.
Off-White, all
like
that
stuff like that doesn't make me happy. Like, I don't really care about none of that stuff. So I'm gonna still be the same no matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
I might have some new toys.
Yeah, stuff that makes. Stuff that you're gonna, that you're investing in, whatever the case is. Yeah, you're gonna splurge on some things, but
yeah,
there's a saying: if you're sad and you're broke, you go back and you cry in your 2002 Honda. But if I'm sad and I'm rich and I'm sad, I'm gonna go cry in my Ferrari. I'd much rather cry in a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? So my point is this. A lot of people, the main thing is money. Financial freedom will give you more time to do the things that make you happy.
Yes.
So financial freedom gives you that freedom to do that.
Right.
And breaks those chains of whatever the case is, but you got to take risks.
Right.
And a lot of people think that, college can give me that. even if you're a doctor, think about how much money doctors spend to get their degree.
It's a lot.
Yes, they get paid what, 6 figures, maybe 100 something, maybe $200,000, $300,000
Base, yeah.
but they're still paying off around the same amount. And if they live, they're a doctor now, so yeah, they're going to try to get the status and all that, I'm sure. But those doctors and people that still shop at Walmart have just a moderate home.
Yeah.
They're going to pay their loan off much quicker. But they spent, 8 years, 10 years getting their degree, which they need, because I don't want. I don't want some WebMD doctor operating on me if I ever need operation.
Yeah.
Right. I want somebody that's educated that way. So that's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword. But
It is.
most of your general degrees are stupid. Like a business degree. Go start a business. That's how you'll learn how to figure out business.
Yeah.
Tax codes and all that. There's literally all online.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of paperwork to read through. So if you really want to be about it and that's what you really want to do, go do that.
Yeah. But it also depends on what type of business. Because some banks won't even allow it if you don't even have one. You know what I mean? So it all depends. If you're starting a small, like a food truck or some shit, I don't think they're going to ask.
I mean, if you have enough money
a business
to start
degree,
a Fortune 500 business,
yeah,
I don't know. You probably have enough money in the bank. They don't care what kind of degree.
Yeah,
they don't care if you have a
yeah.
degree or not, because you got enough money.
yeah. If
See what I'm
you
You got generational wealth to the
Yeah.
max.
Yeah.
You're in the top 0.5%.
right, because they're just going to get their money back.
But
either
yeah,
way,
just everyday thing. It's just I would say the Marine Corps. Again, coming back from the Marine Corps after getting out, even coming back to leave, seeing how immature some of my high school friends were, how they still are now. Like I look at them, I'm like, what are you doing? Didn't you go to college for all this? Like you wanted to be X, Y, and Z, and you're working at Chipotle. Like, what are you doing?
they just didn't want it.
Again, it goes back to who you are. But I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to go and have fun and waste the money, go for it. I mean, that's your business.
Yeah,
I think you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I think you should start getting out there in life. And I'm not saying have everything figured out. I mean, hell,
yeah. You never will.
I don't
Starting
even
off.
I don't even feel like I have everything figured out at my age at 28.
Yeah,
It's okay. Like it's really fun. It's not. I mean, it's not. It's not
Yeah.
that big of a deal. But if you are going to want to take risk, I say if you're going to start a business, whatever it is, go work for a business that you want to start. Like if you want to start a food truck, I'd go work for a food truck company.
yeah,
Just to see how the ins and out. Maybe you really don't want to do this until you get your feet wet. The time to figure that out is at the job and not when you spent $30,000 on a food truck and another 10 on equipment and all that.
right.
That time, now you're stuck. So now if you hate it, you're going to be doing this till you hate it, and you're going to pay off all this debt too. But
Yeah,
it could be a great upside.
yeah. And some people will go through that and learn that way as well.
Again, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like some people
majority of the
will
world
go
goes
through
that
it and be like, well, either A, I'm gonna keep my head up and keep grinding to figure this out as I go and make it, or B, I'm gonna take the loss and go do something else, which is completely fine as well too, in my opinion. I mean, at least you're trying to do something. You know what I mean? But to me, spending $100,000 at 4-year college and then another 4 years to get your bachelor's.
even 40 grand for 4 years. That's a lot of money.
It is, yeah. And then you go out there and now you're still working at Chick-fil-A, or again, nothing's wrong with Chick-fil-A. I'm just saying,
There's something wrong with it if you got a degree,
Right.
and you're
right.
You're not pursuing whatever. Again, even in that 4 years, like 18 years old, you get out, you graduate college at 22. There's no way you got life figured out.
Yeah.
So even if let's say you get a degree in marine biology, and then you realize I really don't really care for marine biology at 27. You're like, this job actually, like this course and career kind of sucks. I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
So now you got to do something else, or you can go back to college for another 4 years for a different degree.
Right.
Spend another 30 to 40, maybe even more money for another degree. Like it's just why they say college is a place to figure out what you want to do. The more times you change your major, once you get to the point, because I think the first 2 years are core classes.
Yeah.
Another stupid thing that I don't understand. If I'm going to college for marine biology, why I got to know all these mathematical equations that are used for something else? I mean, that I'll forget. That's what I'm saying. It's a scam.
That's
It really is a scam. Like if I Marine Corps, wanted to be infantry, day one, boot camp, next SOI, guess what I was learning? Within 4 months, I was learning how to become an infantry Marine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, I had to go through the core classes, but that was to break you down and become a Marine.
Yeah.
So I got my entitlement there, or whatever the case is. But as soon as that was done, but even in boot camp, you still learn how to shoot and all the other stuff. So you're still kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But within that time, you're getting that. You know, it's just it just baffles my mind why people want to do it.
And what gets me is those are not everybody, but those are the same ones that's crying about minimum wage and how or they want free college. And it's stupid because you didn't know what you wanted the first 4 years, and now you're changing it or whatever it may be, and you just wasted all this time and money, and now you're $80,000 in debt. Don't have either A, you have a degree that is useless, or B, you still don't have a degree, and you're crying about having free college, a higher minimum wage, blah blah blah. In reality, that was your decision to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what still, that drives me crazy about these kids essentially, because you're still trying to figure out your life, and those who go in there to waste their time partying and stuff like that. To me, it's just it's a waste of time.
Bro, I was partying in the Marine Corps and I was getting paid to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
We work 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And you break down the Marine Corps pay, we only get paid minimum wage because we're 24/7. We're working.
Dude, I remember my first paycheck. I thought I was making some money.
Yeah,
I think it was like $900.
What's that, Gary Owen? Mama, you ain't got to work no more.
Yeah.
$700, or was it $500?
Yeah, I think mine was $900 every 2 weeks.
It's I mean, you don't get paid a lot. But that's not the reason why. I know that's not the reason why we did it.
No,
It definitely wasn't for the money.
No.
You gotta have that passion. And again, just because you graduate high school and all your friends are going to college, don't get FOMO. Don't get fear of missing out.
Yeah,
It's okay to take because maybe their 2 years they figured they don't want, or 3 years they don't know what they're going to do, and they start changing stuff. But they're in debt for that 3 years.
Yeah,
you're working, trying out different jobs. Quit. You want to go work in fast food? Try it out.
Yeah.
You don't like it the next month or so? Quit. Go get something else.
Yeah.
Go look for a construction site job and see how you like that. And then quit that if you don't like that, and just find out what you're. Oh, well, now I work for this amazing production company, and I really enjoy film.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna help me out through college and all that. And this is what I'm really passionate about. So when you go through school, you're motivated, you're disciplined. This is what you really want to do. You figured it out. And it only took you the same amount of time as them to change their major, but the only difference is you're not $40,000 in debt until you're ready to go to college. You done made some money, got the experience, and all the other stuff.
Yeah, and most of them actually help.
Yeah,
most of these companies actually help you as long as you meet the GPA and grade. They'll help pay for 90% of it.
Yeah.
So which is a good thing, and for the most part, because they want. If they're going to invest that time and money into you, they want to see a return by putting you in a position where they need you for the company.
Yeah,
and so that's why they do it. But another thing that kind of popped up in my head was the discouraged thing. If you have an idea, go for it. Kind of like what you talked about a long time ago when this, what was it? Vine and YouTube and all that, when all this stuff hit off, and you were like, I'm gonna start doing that, as a career or whatever it was, and we thought you were crazy, so which there's a big age gap between us, in different eras of life, because back then it was about hard work,
I still believe it.
And make your money that way, because I said something about gaming. When the gaming started coming out, and I told, mom and dad, I'm going to do this, and they're like, no. And now you look at these, kids and people that does that for a living, either in tournaments or on YouTube or, social media. They're making good money by doing that, and they didn't even have to.
There's a couple quotes, and I love them. One of them is, it kind of ties into what you're saying. If you want to be great, you got to be okay with being misunderstood.
Yeah.
And people in our, I mean, there's going to be a small collect few, but it ain't until you get to the top or close to the top where people start understanding what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, gaming wasn't a career when mom and dad were raising us and all that.
No.
I never thought gaming would be a career, even though I grew up, with Xbox or Nintendo 64 and all that. So it's like, if someone was like, I'm going to stick with this and be the best I can, and now look at it, I mean, they're playing for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And if they win, even if they don't win, they're still getting paid by their sponsors, hundreds of thousands, six figures, millions of dollars just to play.
Yeah.
And it's a big, they're there in schools now. There's gaming clubs or gaming as a sport for esports in schools. They have teams that go and travel.
Yeah.
And the other one is to get something that you never had, you got to do something you've never done.
Yeah. I
was like, wow, that makes so much sense, because you got to, if you want it and you're not there yet, obviously you're not doing something that you've never done to get to that spot.
Right.
But yeah, I think if I look back at it now of like who I was watching, like, I think it was like his YouTube channel was called Niga Higa.
Huh?
The Asian dude from Hawaii is Ryan Higa is his last name.
Uh-huh.
He's grown up in Hawaii or something. He was an Asian dude, and he was the big YouTuber, that and a few other people, and watching them. I get FouseyTube and all, and FouseyTube, that guy's now is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But he always seems somehow to keep being relevant into the thing. But even like, if I stuck with it, I probably would just be doing YouTube right now the whole full time for sure.
Yeah.
Like I'd be, because I love what I do. I love doing it. I loved going out there and doing it. I love doing this. Like it's nice.
Yeah.
But who would have thought again, podcast would be something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back in the day, it was just radio.
Yeah.
Now the technology's evolved where if you're on a podcast, you can make something of it.
Right.
But it's got to be something that you love. Like it's got to be something that you're willing to do and put the effort into for sure. But don't need college for any of that.
Most definitely. Yeah. 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 I think, biggest thing is don't let nobody discourage you from any idea that you have. 'Cause you never know. It could take you somewhere that, that, nobody's ever been before. And you can be really good at it and, be the best at it or whatever it is. And that's another thing about, again, the military aspect. A lot of people are scared, not just you as an individual, but it could be your friends, family, parents, whatever. They'll try to discourage you from doing that as well. And if you feel it in your heart that you feel like you need to do something, as far as, serving your country, or you feel patriotic about it, or it's just something that, okay, I need something in my life to push me, and if it's the military or whatever, then go do it. Don't let anybody talk you out of it, discourage you, because you'll never know. And it could turn out to be something crazy or great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, same thing with you're saying with the social media and YouTube stuff. I thought about, again, the gaming aspect, but I got discouraged because they said, no, you're not going to make any money off of it. This is just a hobby thing, and you need to go find a real job, blah blah blah. Of course they had that old school mentality and mindset. So I just kind of backed off, and would just play for fun now. But if I thinking about it, and if I would have done that and stuck with it, you never know, something could have happened.
Yeah. But even if you don't go, like, the military has so many different trades besides infantry.
Yes.
There's an IT field in the military. There's culinary arts. There's big truck driving. Whatever whatever. Not only are you getting experience, but you're also getting paid.
Yes.
Instilling leadership values.
Yep.
And then if you do get out and decide you go to a company, that's going to put you above certain other people.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to college for that, let's say you're in aviation and you want to work on planes and they require some kind of trade school or technical college for it and they won't accept you without it. Whenever you do go through those schools, now you have so much experience, college is going to be a breeze because you know everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot easier on you than just, and now that you know what you want to do while you're getting paid to do it, and your college is free because now you got a GI Bill.
Yep.
You got no overhead.
Nope.
you're patriotic, whatever whatever you want to do, but you gain those skills and got paid for it, gain the experience, and don't have overhead in debt, massive overhead in debt. College is now for free for a certain time. I think it's 4 years, but it's going to be a breeze.
Yeah.
And they pay for your books. They pay for you get a little bit of money for housing now for the GI Bill. It's crazy. It's crazy how much my buddy that's in New York that I went to go see, he went to NYU and was going through that, and he was getting paid he had disability plus the GI Bill and all this other stuff, and it was like he didn't have to work. So he just enjoyed New York and enjoyed college, and that was what he wanted to do. And I don't know what his major was. I didn't really ask him, but he was studying something, and they gave him money for books, money for housing, stuff like that. But I just think if you're passionate about it and it's worth doing that, then go for it. I'm not dogging you if you go to college. I'm just saying if you're going just to go, then yes, you probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
If you're going just to do whatever. I think the biggest motivation for college anyways is how much money you'll earn after your degree.
Yeah.
So it's like if you get out and you don't even use your degree, you just wasted your time.
Yeah.
It's just I don't understand why people would want to waste their time. It's valuable.
Yeah. Well, again, that kind of falls back to what I was saying. Everything was so pushed towards those fields that there's only so many positions opened. So if you have, the past 10, 15 years, everybody's pushing towards the technical side, but there's only so many of those positions open. So if you got 10 openings and you got 1,000 people going for this college degree for that position, like you just wasted it because, I also know people who did that and now they can't even get a job for that position, or that degree because everything's filled.
Yeah.
So now you got a degree and you're working at a bar.
Trying to wait for the job.
Trying to wait for no job opening with, all that debt, So again, that error is catching up to us now because, again, we don't have anybody within the trade fields. And you can make great money. Like even the people that I know on the maintenance side of things, people who are good with gears, fixing things, and you don't have to have a degree. You just have to have some type of experience. They're starting out at, $30 an hour. Welding on top of that, if you have experience with that, that's, another $6 right there. So like $36 an hour. You go through that at the same age of other people who are going through college, and now they don't have a job working at a bar, and you're working somewhere making $36 an hour.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you really want to put yourself in that position struggling?
I mean, hell, pressures make diamonds.
Yeah.
I still think hard work. I mean, Dad taught us hard work.
Yeah.
I think hard work will get you a long way.
Yeah.
Your work ethic will definitely get you a long way.
Yeah.
But you need to be aware, and you also need to be self-aware that if you're not appreciated for your hard work, you need to leave that place.
Yeah.
Because you're breaking your back for someone that doesn't care about you, then it makes zero sense to me.
Yes. That's true
it's
as
time
well.
to start becoming something else or going somewhere else that would value your work ethic.
Yeah. And which is fine. And don't feel like it's a bad thing or feel as if you're doing something wrong. If you're really good at what you're doing and you feel underappreciated and your value is not to them is not worth what you think it should be worth, then go somewhere else and find a different place that's going to take what you're worth. I
mean, I wouldn't quit on the spot.
No,
Get
no,
my
no.
next
What I'm
job
saying
lined
is-
up first.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't just walk
I'll
out.
just walk out. But
But yeah.
it's just I mean, I would choose military over college every single time. I have no ambitions. I kind of wanted to be a lawyer. Here in the past 6 years, I wanted to become a lawyer maybe, but realizing even when you get you get a degree and become a lawyer, then now they want experience.
Yep.
Now, okay, so you won't hire me for your firm because I don't have experience, and if I am hired, I'm doing bullshit work where I can't get enough experience that I
Yeah.
need. So then you go work for like the government side of which would be the public defenders or the prosecution, getting paid $50,000, $55,000, working a shit ton of cases you really don't care about, passing them through because there's so many cases that happen each day, whatever the case is. That's how you get your experience. You need like 2 or 3 years of experience of that. So now you're not making enough money. You're overworked. You're underpaid. You got crippling debt. Now you got your experience. And then you go back to the law firm. Now that position's been filled. Or then you still go and they're not even putting you on cases. Now you're some kind of, assistant to a higher lawyer that has more experience.
Yeah.
So it's like, I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste my 7-8 years to become a lawyer, 6 years to do all that.
Which I think, in my opinion, that you need you need the experience for that position, because I sure don't want somebody,
Yeah.
being there to represent
The only way to
me.
get experience is to go through it.
Right. So I mean, it makes sense to start somewhere where you got these smaller cases and bullshit cases, so you can be able to think on your feet and be able to recite whatever you need to recite, because I don't want somebody to represent me who's sitting there in the court trying to think what they need to say. I want you to be able to.
Well, there's
know
also,
what I mean?
There's also certain firms that are geared toward a specific genre of law.
Right.
Divorce lawyers.
Yeah.
They have plenty of experience. They deal with that. You put those guys in a criminal case, probably wouldn't do too well.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got the people that do like tax law and insurance claims. You have these different avenues that you can't get from that one. So you're going to have to go to those firms if that's what you want to do.
Right.
Criminal defense attorneys, that's all they want. That's all they do is they take high profile cases to make a bunch of money and then try to get their client off. And if they're good at it, the only way to get good at it is to practice.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely, it's definitely hard.
Yeah. Most definitely. I couldn't do it. I know I couldn't.
I'd love to argue, but
I can see the debating side of it, yeah, but I don't think I could do that.
I'm the type of person that if you tell me I'm wrong, you need to be able to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't tell me why I'm wrong, because I have enough self-awareness. If you tell me I'm wrong and I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. Or you bring proof. Yeah, damn, you got me, man. Now I know. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, you're wrong, well, why? Because you are. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
Why are you talking to me? That's just who I am. You got to show me why I'm wrong. If you can't show me why I'm wrong, then I'm right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To an extent. I'm not saying it goes to that further, but if I'm not going to debate you if I don't know enough about it.
Right.
Like, I'm going to have to do my own research, and that's why the only reason why I debate you, because I've done my research and I think that I'm right.
Right.
But I could have missed certain things or whatever the case is, but you got to be able to explain that to me. You can't just tell me that I'm wrong and say, oh, because I said so. No.
Yeah.
Get out of my face.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the main approach is, even if you don't go to the military or college, find something you love. You can work your way up. It's just going to take more time and more hard work. Like you said, blue collar, community college, whatever the case is, the trade schools. I think that's exactly what they're called. It's just trade schools.
Trade schools.
It's a college for trade schools, or that's what they're referred to.
And most community colleges have trade classes.
People need to understand those blue collar workers work sometimes 14-hour days in the hot sun or whatever. It's not easy work.
No.
That's why they get paid the big bucks to do it.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a lot, but I'd much rather. I know that if there is a leader, if there is like a management position and you have military background, especially the Marine Corps, they're more inclined to lean more towards you because they know that you. Yeah. And plus, it's all about how you build your resume too, which it's a big thing.
But I know, since we have the Marine Corps background, it's not just the Marine Corps, as much as we love the Marine Corps, but it doesn't matter as long as you have some type of, in my opinion, because as long as you have some type of leadership position or experience in the military, that'll help you in the long run, as far as any of these factories or whatever businesses that you want to come work for. Because we've had Marine Corps people come in, because our company hires a lot of vets. We have a lot of veterans.
They know they can follow orders and get
Right.
the job done.
But just because they're in the Marine Corps or the Army doesn't mean that they're going to succeed in this type of
Correct.
job.
Yeah.
Right? Because some of them don't pan out. Some of them are just dirt bags, even though they walk around talking about, because I've had one, he's walking in and he's like, yeah, I'm an Army vet and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't tell him what I was. I'm like, oh, that's cool, dude. And then like 2 months later, he got fired. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like, you have to show what you're saying. If you're saying that you was in a leadership position and your work ethic is good, blah, 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 then you have to bring that value to this company. And you want in that those experiences and the way you bring it to the table needs to show through whatever it may be. If it's production, building something, whatever, it needs to show within that. Your team building skills, leadership style, but if it doesn't matter what you have on your resume or your background, if it doesn't show and it doesn't improve within the company to make the company successful, then it doesn't matter. They're going to let you go.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, if I had to pick, I'd go to the military prior to college. I mean, it's what we did. It's just, yeah. I didn't used to think this. I just knew that's what I wanted to do as the military and the Marine Corps. I knew that's what I wanted to do. Couldn't change my mind about it. So I was passionate about it, and that's what I did, and I wouldn't regret it. It wasn't until like you start experiencing the world and realizing that, yeah, majority of college is a scam, man. It's just It's just there to take your money. Again, if I walked in day one and I have a TA teaching me instead of a professor, I'd be fucking livid. Like, what am I paying this guy for? Like, why we're paying all this money for you to teach us, but you just pawn it off to a guy that just graduated the class last year or 2 years ago? Why?
Yeah.
I'm not paying him to teach me.
Maybe he's on vacation.
I can just pay the TA privately and be like, I'll give you $500 if you just teach me once a month.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah.
I get the same. I mean, what's the difference? Why would I pay $10,000 for it?
That's true.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. It is. And then you got all these core classes that doesn't pertain to anything, of what you're trying to accomplish. And then halfway through, you're like, I really don't want to go for this major. Now you're going to change a major, and it's just,
And that's okay,
to me,
it's a lot of money.
It is.
I want people to understand. I'm not telling you you need to have life figured out. If you do, you're you're part of a select few. If you know what you want to do and you like dead set on it, and you probably because you've done your research or you grew up around it or you've always wanted to do that, there's something in you, that fire that tells you that passion, then you are one of the few people that can do it.
Or you have that group of people that is guiding you and pushing you towards that, and then you done figured it out.
Another quote. Another quote. Two more, actually. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Yeah.
100%. Believe it, 100%.
Yeah.
There's people that I see. I think you like. I'm just use you an example. You're a great guy. I think you're a great guy. But the 3 friends that you hang around are fucking trash.
Yeah.
I will no longer be your friend.
Yeah.
Because you're surrounding yourself, and you're gonna drag me down if I'm your friend. Because eventually I'm gonna go into your group, and that's who you're surrounded with, right?
Yeah.
Got to cut those people out. Second one is if your friend group is 3 other crackheads and you're going to become the 4th crackhead.
Yeah.
If it's 3 other millionaires and then it's you're going to become the 4th millionaire.
Yeah.
It's all about that. A mentor is big. If you can find a mentor, oh, dude, that's way more valuable than college.
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of these successful people, whether they have college degrees now or not, when they started their businesses, doubt it. A lot of them didn't.
Most of them didn't.
People either dropped out and was like, this is stupid. Again, the main reason is money. Like, people do this for money.
Yeah. Most of them didn't. Most of them didn't go to college. Like, Amazon and all them. Zuckerberg.
Bill Gates.
He didn't go to college, I don't think. He just, I'm assuming he did his own research and studied. And
well, Zuckerberg, technically, if there's a documentary, it says that he stole it from
somebody else.
There was a 3-person group. They ended up kicking the guy out of his own company, and Zuckerberg took it over because the guys didn't read the contract. They had the same lawyer, and he trusted him. It was basically a betrayal.
Well,
So,
anyways,
Zuckerberg can catch these hands.
there
for
are
sure.
some,
Yeah.
but there are some examples of those people who've never went to college and had a successful
I'm not
life
saying
and
because
career.
Zuckerberg didn't contribute to the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Gates didn't do it. Created the fucking.
One
computers.
thing though, I kind of want to touch back on the groups of friends. I do believe you still need some at your level to humble yourself. Now there are some people who just because you made it and you have friends down here that maybe not a trash and not doing crack or whatever it may be. I mean, and they're living a normal life, but they're doing good. Doesn't mean you need to forget about them. If they're your best friend and you've made it, I don't think you should. Like, for example, if I made it, let's just say we did something different. I made it, but you're still down here, doing a normal police job or whatever, but you're doing okay. I'm not going to just forget about you. You're still going to be my friend. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you become that to me to that point, then you're just being selfish. That's just
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your friends have bad habits. Right?
They do.
So if they're trying to get you to come out and go party with them every weekend, and they want to go blow their money at the club, but you're trying to stay in, and they're giving you shit about, oh man, you're not the same, whatever the case is.
That's fine.
You got to cut them out of your life.
I ain't got to cut them out.
I would. I mean,
I'm gonna be like, all right, well, y'all have fun.
I would. I mean, because it's hard, and I'm not saying, if I make it, and the whole time you wanted to go party, I might party with you when I feel like partying once I've made it, but I'm not about to sit there and you didn't contribute nothing to what I've done. You didn't believe in me. You didn't do anything. Like especially like right now, we have a merch, right?
Yeah.
I was shocked at how many of my friends don't want to support. I said, okay, cool. Now I know. That's all. It was a cheap price to pay to know who you actually are.
Yeah.
Because one of my buddies do it. Oh, dude, I got this kind of. I'm trying to do this side hustle, man, and clean cars. Come clean my car, man.
Yeah.
How much you charge? I'll support you.
Yeah.
How much? I'm starting my own clothing brand. Hey, man, cool. How much is a shirt? I mean, I'm going to support you. I mean, I don't want to be that person that says you can't live out. I'm going to encourage you to do better. Yeah. And do what you can. I hope that you make it, brother. And I'm not going to ask anything in return. Like, I don't want, if you make it to millions and millions of dollars, I'm not going to sit there and beg you for money or beg you for a shout out, whatever.
Right.
Because you put in the work.
Yeah.
I'm just going to support you the best I can if I'm truly your friend. Yes. I'm not going to say, hey man, nah, fuck that. Let's go party, or hey man, let's go smoke this weed, or whatever the case is. Like, that kind of people, you can't. It can't be, especially if you're trying to be disciplined. You don't want those distractions. You just got to cut them.
Yeah, out. But that's a big difference of what I was talking about.
That's what I said. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. But no, what I'm saying is, you also got to think of it. Your friends that are doing decent in life, but they didn't make it to where you're at. If you made it big, and they got a decent job, whatever, but they are still like to go party or whatever it may be. I might not want to go party with you, but I'm going to still keep in touch and talk to you or whatever. I'm not just going to disown you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, if you're out here smoking crack,
I'm saying prior to when you made it, I'm saying those decisions, it has to be made then.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you can't talk to them and you can't be friends, but that can't be your circle that influences you.
No. Yeah.
Like it used to be. So again, if it's your best friend and he's a bad influence on you, you should no longer be best friends. Just be friends.
Yeah. And
either cut it off cold turkey or slowly weed away from them.
Yeah.
And say, hey,
I got friends now like
we're just not going in the same direction, and I'll let you know when when I'm available. Yeah. That's it. But I have close friends, and if they're still doing what they're doing, they do honorable jobs, and that's what they love. They have great families, but they're good people at their core. Mm-hmm. If I make it big, of course. Mm-hmm. Hey man, you just had a baby. What you need? Yeah. Hey man, here's some money, here's some diapers, whatever you need. Right. Your car's broke down. Hey man, I don't know about a brand new. If I'm that big, I got you. Here's a brand new, SUV for you and your family. But if not, here's some money for a new car or whatever the case is. I'm not gonna forget about you. But it's those people that I had to cut off where they're like, man, what are you doing, bro? You're wasting your time. Let's go hit this club. No, dog.
No.
And then when I do make it big, I ain't giving you nothing.
No. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just.
I mean, we got, again, you can tell from our work ethic, yours and mine, and our family's work ethic, and our process of the way we think, because we got some well-off people in our family.
Yeah.
Not once have we've went over there and begged for anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't want to.
And I don't either. So now I've helped, even though I got paid like shit. But I've helped.
Family.
But which is fine. I wasn't there to make anything off of it or from them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I also got friends that's still in that path. I'll talk to them, but I don't go hang out with them because that's not me. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess somewhat off topic. It kind of all ties into Marine Corps versus college, or Marine Corps military versus college. I'm not saying anything's bad. There are some fields that require it, and rightfully so. You need the knowledge. You need to learn that. Could you have gotten it from a different on your own? Maybe. Mm-hmm. I'm not in those fields, so I can't say. But I would say yes. I would want, if I had a doctor, I'd want a doctor with a degree.
Yeah.
I'm doing open heart surgery on me. I hope that you graduated with some prestigious stuff. And
so I took 8 years of YouTube on heart surgery. I know what I'm doing.
Your drugs were off, and you're just like, you just hear him talk. I've seen this once on YouTube. We got this. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Pray for me.
Yeah,
that'd be some wild stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTube, you can pretty much learn most of these basic college degrees on YouTube. People teach it. People teach it, and it's like it's so wild. And it's without all the fluff, all the extra core classes you don't really care or need. If you just think back about it, man, how much stuff do you remember from high school? And how much do you use that on a daily basis? You know how many times I've used the quadratic formula on a daily basis?
I mean, I thought, like, for one, like algebra, I was like, I'm never going to use this.
Architects would use it, but I'm not an architect.
Yeah, but in like my line of work, we use a lot of algebra, and I hated algebra, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Because you get, like, again, where I work, you get a lot of different shapes, angles, and you got to be able to input that in. So as far as some of those classes, like for my line of work, I wouldn't, like British Lit. The fuck we taking British Lit for? Well, I'm not taking British Lit.
Some people want to be poets, but my thing is, until you got to that job, how much of algebra did you remember from high school?
Not much.
So you learned a lot of it on the job, right?
Yes.
From other people.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
My point exactly. You don't remember it. No. So when you get out of college, you think you're going to remember all that stuff?
No, I think it would have if I went straight from high school to this job. Now I would probably still remembered it, but but your life changed. Your life changes depending on what's happening and stuff. So again, I didn't go, and yes, I did learn more because it was more because I'm a hands-on person. Reading a book is not going to help me. I might understand the basics, but me doing it helps me.
Yeah, a majority of the world the same way.
Yeah.
They're kinesthetic learners.
Yeah.
Which means just hands-on. That's all it is.
And I retain it more.
Yeah,
what I mean?
For sure. Especially if I do something, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
That's how most people are. If you've done it once and you learn it a lot, it instills inside of you because you've done it.
Right.
It's just experience. That's why I say I value experience over a college degree.
Yes.
It's stupid. If we ever get big in the podcast, I can care less if you have a college degree. If you've been a YouTuber for 3 years and you know how to work cameras and edit and all that, I'd rather take you than some guy that just graduated college because you know the platform, you know all the ins and outs.
What's the on button?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute, don't you have a degree?
Yeah, well, we worked with $17,000 equipment. Yeah, well, no, this ain't that, brother. We ain't no movie production set. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of college versus Marine or college versus military. I keep saying Marines, but college versus military, I would say. Yeah. I can't. We went a little bit off topic for some things, but I think it's valuable for those that are transitioning, whether thinking about going in or whatever, even getting out. you know, if it's free money, you might as well use it. I just know I don't do school, so I didn't use mine.
Yeah.
I just figured I'd probably fail out of it because I just wouldn't care for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a
I
waste
mean,
of-
I think
waste of time.
everything we talked about connects in some type of way of,
Yeah.
you know, college versus military and even college in civilian world, you know.
But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We have our previous videos. We're also going to be, we probably won't, we're not going to wait until the 100 likes and 100 comments on that video. We'll probably announce the giveaway here soon for those that did comment and like, just so that we can get the shirt out because it might take longer than expected and I don't want people waiting. So we might be doing that here in a future video, or we definitely will. We're going to pick a listener or a viewer on our YouTube channel, the EAS mental health episode, to give it more attention for those that are going through that in veteran mental health. Again, you got to comment hashtag E4 Mafia and like the video for your chance to win a free shirt, whether it be green, green or black. And be on the lookout for our TikTok. We've been growing our TikTok a little bit more and more each day. We're giving a giveaway on that whenever we get the challenge coins in. Maybe we got some hats coming. We also got some hoodies coming through. Maybe do a giveaway for those things. Maybe like a little, merch basket or something. Do that, but you got to be. We'll announce all that on the TikTok once all that stuff comes in. Whenever everything gets ready. But comment down below. Maybe you think is college a scam, and if you do, tell us why. If you don't, tell us why. No hate. It's just our opinion, your opinion. But yeah, college is a scam. Screw it.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, comment. We appreciate you guys so much for all the support. My name's Alan.
My name's Mike.
We'll see you guys next time.